How about now? Are you able to hear me now? Okay. It's because I had the audio all set up for making videos, and doing multi-track audio in OBS is apparently not something that Twitch likes. It's the same thing that was happening on Windows when I do multi-track audio in OBS. Let me turn this so you guys can actually see me. It won't let you play back your MP4s in Windows if it's got more than one stereo track. It just shuts it down entirely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the external remixer tutorial from my YouTube channel, and I'm going to alter it just a little bit because I just want to try some stuff out. But for the most part, we're going to go over how to set that up and get some resampling going. I don't know who's hanging out. This has been the hardest part for me doing these streams, is like actually getting to have a good conversation with people, because it is difficult to read chat and do this at the same time. It's just a total pain in the ass. So let me see how many folks we have. A couple. It says we have 6. Not really sure. Okay. So to get started, right now we have 8 static tracks, which stream audio off the CF card in the Octatrack. And that's not exactly what we want. I'm going to switch the camera over to the Octatrack cam here. So what we're going to start with, a bit low for the levels. You want me to turn it up? Hang on. Filters. So we're going to add a gain filter. Really bumping it up there. Can you guys hear me better now? I take it yeet means yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Toby. Okay, yeah. So let's get started. So on my first track, for track 1, I want it to be a through track. I want to be able to hear my Digitakt, and then we're also going to set it up so that we can hear the digitone. So firstly, let's change the source of the machine to a through track. Next thing you need to do is go ahead and put down a playback trigger, otherwise your through track won't work. That's super important. Oh yeah, you can hear that? Dude, it is quite loud. Quite loud in Alki. Yeah, trying to make videos, like even at night, can be a real pain. So yeah, let me see. Maybe for now we might actually like this view for this part, and just let me know if you want me to switch that. What is going on? Let me open this Twitch app back up and get the EZBOT chat on there. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we're going to choose our inputs now. Move this mic over a little bit. We're going to choose our inputs. I want this to listen to A and B. We want it in stereo. I'm going to turn it all the way up. And then we're also going to turn the track level all the way up. This is really important. If you don't have your track level all the way up, it will attenuate things during the resampling. Okay, so now I'm also going to do this for the digitone. Usually I would have it be that there's a through track here, a neighbor track, through track, and a neighbor track. Well, maybe we will actually make this a neighbor track. And then we'll do this. Also, I always do that as a through track. Cool. All right, its source will be C and D, volume all the way up, level all the way up, record trig, playback trig. Okay, cool. So at this point, we have our audio. Look at that cable management. Do you mean the cable that's hanging in front of my face? Yeah, could be a real pain. Okay, so we have our audio coming in. Octatrack's hearing everything just fine. So in order to do a resampling thing, we want the Octatrack to record everything at the volumes that these machines are playing at. We don't want to ever be able to notice a difference. That's the magic of doing live resampling, is that nobody knows that you've done it and you just sound like a pro. So you can make mistakes, and this will save your ass, because you can always just go back to this quantized resampled version of your music. And so just to get started, now that we have this going on, we need the clock here to actually work. So we'll go into our MIDI settings, and the only thing I want the Octatrack to do is to receive clock and transport. I also want to go into your pattern settings, and I want the scale to be, this actually doesn't matter all that much. Honestly, if we're using it just as a remixer, we just want it at 64, so it doesn't need to be scale per track. Usually I want everything at scale per track. That's typically really important for me. Oh, well, thanks, Toby. I wish my phone would show me the chat. I keep having to look over here. Okay, so now we're gonna go into, I like to use all, this means that literally everything in the Octatrack is being resampled onto this track. So we're gonna make this a flex track. So this will be for recording. We do want it to loop, so we can go ahead and turn loop on. But it doesn't really matter, actually, if it's looped on or off, because it's gonna be quantized to the grid of 64 steps. So we're going to put down a playback trig on step 1, and then if you're in the record mode here, that trig disappears, because now we're actually in the record trig mode, and we're going to put down a one-shot trig. Okay, so this has to be triggered by me, and the way I have my one-shot trig set up at the moment is that I have to hold down a track and hit yes for it to activate. So you can't just hit yes, which is by default how the Octatrack is set up. I don't like that, because I like to tap buttons. I mean, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm not even in control of my hands sometimes. So I make it so I can't screw up as easy. So I put down the one-shot trig. Cool. So at this point, I'm going to go into, on our flex track, we need to decide what this is listening to. So we can go into our record mode. We want to set the source to 8, because we're actually going to be using this as a master. So we need to go into our settings and go into audio and set track up as a master track. Okay. So typically I would also go into the memory. Whoops, using my left hand here. I would go into memory and I would change everything to 4424 and put dynamic recorders on, which I guess we can turn dynamic recorders on. But it doesn't matter. Honestly, it's not going to make that big of a difference. Okay, so back onto track 7. We have our playback trig. We have our record trig. You can see this is all in sync here. Digitakt is synced with the digitone, so that's all super good. If anybody has any questions while I'm doing this, please ask. This is the time to ask, the idea behind this stream and doing these regularly on Thursdays at 7 will be for my Patreons. Specifically, they'll have, the most. I want to please them the most. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's get back to it. So we're doing on track 7, resampling everything. It's set to resample track 8. We're going to turn off these other ones because it doesn't need to be there. But you could also see if we're in record mode, we could hold this down and it will tell you what it's going to listen to. So we could actually just turn it off right there. That's also really easy. So on all of these tracks for this one, I'm going to give it a scene, right? So that when I switch over like this, you should patronize me. Yeah. Oh, Kaylin, what's up? Dude, I am sweating. Okay. I need to remember this too. If I could just do this like without thinking at all, that would be amazing. But setting this up is actually super complex and I need to like remember all the steps to have it work correctly. Okay. So when I go over to this scene, it's going to mute all the other tracks and only listen to this track, right? So on this one, we're going to turn the amp volume all the way down. And then when we get up here to maximum volume or the maximum amount, we want it to just bring it to 0. We also want to make sure that our level's set all the way. And we're going to do that for these ones too. Just bring the levels all the way. So now when that happens, these tracks, we want to go all the way to negative, and you can do this. You can do level minimum. And that will just bring them down to 0. So we'll just bring them all down to 0. So, okay. So now we can arm this. Armed record track. We can take a look. Oh, you know what I haven't done? It's super important. It won't even work. Is make sure I select the correct recording buffer, right? We don't even have a recording buffer yet. Silly me. Okay, so armed record trig. We can look at our audio editor. It should start recording. Cool. Oh, it's going to record forever. You know why? Because I haven't set this value up yet. So we don't want it to record to the max length. We want it to record 4 bars, 64 steps. This is how it works. So let's go back in. We'll go arm record. Hit this. It's recording. It's not like driving that visual along so we can see this. Now I can go over. You shouldn't be able to tell the difference, but it's actually playing over here, so I don't want to stop the sequencer entirely. So now we can do these edits. So we can actually record that. We can go over to our recording, hit function no, return it back to its original position. We could say, we could use the freeze delay. So we'd want to put that, we'll use the freeze delay on the master track. Double press your effects, go into the delay. I like ping pong, don't care for tape, not with the freeze delay at least. I do like tape on the regular delay. Want lock on, but we got to give it send. Feedback all the way. And now we can go back over, right? So let's go ahead and just quantize that. I ain't got time for that. Okay, so now we can record it. Maybe go in here and go. here. Let's add some stuff. It don't matter. That's the magic right there. And we got something new. Some stereo space. We don't have any bass going. I do have the Ericsson's bass line over here, but... So we can actually record that too, right? So we could go, yeah, save this. Get that in it. And then we could go, we could save our part. Okay, now this part is saved. So now we can use the reload part. If we screw something up or mess around with something, we could maybe... Here's halftime. I really like 48. It's like a fifth down. Go back. Used reload part. So all those settings are back to normal. That's what reload part is for, by the way. So you can do stuff like this. So you can mess around infinitely and then just reload it. Super cool. Okay. Excellent. Does anyone have any questions on that? Or is anybody here who has used the external remixer thing from the Patreon? Perhaps? You don't have to answer that. Any guidance on copying parts for variations? That's a good question, Nick. So what I was doing in regards to that with this specific template is I had a part 2 that was actually, instead of really using it did use the parts because it was different, but I was really using a second pattern, because the way this is working is I could go into this bank here. But it's still going to be the same thing. The Octatrack is never going to change. It's never going to change its pattern. Have you ever tried to use them to do stuff with vocals, or do you think that would be a good application? Well, yeah. What do you mean exactly? I wish that I had more inputs on my Octatrack. That's what I wish. But I mean, I could just get a small summing mixer and choose one of these machines that I don't mind to be mixed with the vocal, which would probably be the Digitakt, because I already use it for vocal stuff anyway. But I'm not sure what you meant. It's so hot in here. Good golly. Or a second. Nick, you know I'll buy another Octatrack when that special day comes. Okay. Sextatrack. Sextatrack. All right, we're gonna build out some of these scenes. We're also gonna do another recording buffer. So let's do one for the Digitakt now. So this also needs to be a flex track. So we'll put this on. No, gotta do this first. Flex track. Put it on the correct recording buffer. I do think it should just by default grab this recording buffer. I mean, it's cool that you can change it, but by default it should be on there, kind of like it is with with the pickup machines. So we might as well just do this now too. Also, this will be the digitone, and we will also give it the correct recording buffer, which is buffer 6. Cool. Playback trig, go into record mode, one-shot trig, one-shot trig. Okay. So this one-shot trig will listen to, this is on the digitone, so this one-shot trig will only listen to inputs C and D. On the Digitakt, this one-shot trig will listen to inputs A and B. Cool. It's also set to record max length. Put that at 64. Go over to the digitone, put that one at 64. So at this point, oh yeah, we also got to do this fun stuff. Turn the volumes all the way down on both of them. Choose a scene. Here's the digitone scene. Parameter lock. Digitakt scene. Parameter lock. And then we have to go through and turn all of the volumes down. So the idea behind this one is that we can resample the Digitakt separately, but we still want to hear the digitone. So we don't want to turn down the digitone. We just want to turn down the Digitakt. So boom, boom. And when we're on, oh, wait a second. Right, yeah, no, I got the right thing going on. We're on the, damn it, clear. Yeah, we got to redo that one. Wow, so toasty in here. I think it would be better if we opened the door or close the blinds so the sun's not coming in here. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn the level up on these. Okay, so we want the Digitakt. When we're on the Digitakt scene, we don't want to hear these. When we're on the digitone scene, we don't want to hear these. Or we don't want to hear. Undo. Thank you. We don't want to hear that one because I'm not going to give this a neighbor track. Okay, so at this point, let's see if I've forgotten anything. Actually, let's go to a pattern that actually has the digitone. Okay. Arm chord track. Save this pattern. So we can go like this. I like the way that sounds, but that's not what we wanted to hear. Oh, it's because I got rid of that parameter lock. There we go. There we go. That's correct. We gotta do that for the Digitakt too. Okay, so we can go record, and we can have 3 separate records. Recording buffers. One of everything. I don't know why the digitone one didn't start. Okay. So we go here. We have our recording of the digitone. Let's go ahead and save our parts. So now we can mess with this. Reload it, we can go back. Which lets us have the freedom to like just completely destroy our pattern on the Octatrack. We can go here to the Digitakt. Now we're in a recording of the Digitakt. So here, actually, at it. Okay. So now let's build out some of these scenes. We'll move down the line. Let's get to tape stop. I don't even know why I pressed on that. Go like this. Get into tape stop. Tape stop has to do with the master delay. I have to remember how I set all of these up. Okay, so for this one, we go here. Oh, that's right, it's with the LFO. And this one's complex to do. LFO to delay time. There we go. And it's a saw going up, or is it an inverted saw? I can't remember. Right, you can't do that there. We can leave it on free. I think it works just fine. So, right. We also need that the delay to get turned up when we do this. Or what do we do it on? We do it on here. Yeah. That's right. It brings it to 0. Okay. So this LFO needs to... Yeah. I think it's inverted. Yeah. So I think we do want it to go a little bit faster. Wow, it really just loses itself. Regardless, I have to look it up to see exactly how it goes. Okay, now we're going to go down to 5th down, and what this is going to do is it's going to parameter lock everything off except for the master track, and it's going to bring the master track's volume up and also bring the rate down to 48. So I like doing this. I like going to tape stop and then going and bring it down to a 5th. Kind of like instant vaporwave. And then we'll do the lo-fi, which is using the lo-fi, of course. Yeah. I think that one sounds great on the drums. Distortion just makes it too loud. Hey, get out of here. Nice. All right, now let's put a high pass filter on everything. So we just need to use one of these machines that has a filter on it. This one has a neighbor, so we'll put it on this one. Nice. Now we'll make our low pass. There's actually a really good distortion in your filter on the Octatrack. I don't know if anyone knows that. Uh-oh, that's the trick. It's like a better distortion than the lo-fi distortion. We're not going to use it. Okay. Now to make a high pass on just the Digitakt, this one. Oh. This was supposed to have that. It's nice to like maybe mix like, I guess we could like try delay. But I think right here is not bad to use the dark reverb as a send. Give it some. Yeah. Actually, we don't need to be holding that down while we do that. Yeah, so we can fade into this. Give us some space, let people relax for a second. Take the kick out and the snare. So we can actually go into our snare track here and just like, just fill it with, well, that used to be a lot faster to do. Forgot about this new update. A bunch of fill trigs. This is what I like to do. Since we don't have a roll on the Digitakt, I like to use the fill. So let's bring this back. We'll go. Right? That transition right there. Bring your kick back in. Works really well here. And now we're back at it. Okay. So low pass on the Digitakt, is that what I do? Who even knows anymore? Okay. So another good one is to do the sidechain pumping. And you could have that be a scene if you wanted. So you could like fade into a sidechain pump. But I actually just turn it up on the LFO, up on the Octatrack. That's the way I like to do it. So we're going to do that on our Digitone. Maybe we do want to use a neighbor track. Man, I kind of like, yeah, might as well. Okay. Right. I don't remember if I need to put trigs down for neighbor tracks. I'm just so used to it with through tracks. Okay, so we are going to use the second filter for this. And just because I want to have that reverb from the Octatrack feed into this filter and the LFO. So we're going to go into our LFO. We're not going to do an LFO designer. We could talk about that. We want to use the filter width. We want it to be an inverted exponential wave multiplier of 4. Leave the depth where it is and have it be on 1. So it only does it one time per step that triggers it. So this is something to talk about. A lot of people don't know that your LFOs and your filters envelopes are only triggered by samples unless you make them be trigless trigs. So there's like p-locking on the Octatrack, and then there's trigless trigs, and they're two different things. And to add a trigless trig, you have to put a trig down and go like, to go like that. So you have a green trig, if you can see that. And then you go like this and you hit yes. And it becomes this bright green trig. And when it's a bright green trig, that means that it's going to trigger the envelopes in your settings here. Okay, that's important to note because you'll be like, why is this not working? That's why. Okay, so right now we have 2 trigs that will trigger the envelope. Oops. Let's put 4 of them down. And then yes, and hit yes. We're actually we'll just copy that. Oh, I have this on every page. We don't need that. Okay, so we'll go paste, 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 paste. Okay. So now it's only affecting our Digitone. So when I turn this all the way up, right? So if we had, let's just copy this pattern. We'll go to pattern 2, we'll paste that pattern. Copy, oh hey. Copy this pattern. I guess we are on pattern 2 there. Oh no. Paste that pattern, okay. Copy. So I just pasted a blank pattern over it. Oh well. Nothing like doing that, right? There it is. Okay. Copy pattern. Pattern 2. Paste pattern. Show me it worked. Okay, you did. Okay. Okay. So our sidechain's going, but it works best because I put the filter trigs for the sidechain, I put them on 4 on the floor. So let's put our kicks down 4 on the floor. And it has a really dramatic effect that way. But we could make a special scene for this, right? Let's turn this down, have this scene be LFO all the way up, but also turn our reverb all the way up too, like, no, that's why I wanted to put it on here. That's what I meant to do. Okay, so we're going to do the LFO dealie again. Filter width, inverted 4, 1. I'm gonna copy this track, paste it here. Oh, damn. There we go. It's doubling the tracks. All right. Back to our LFO designer. Okay, cool. So we'll use apparently this one. Okay, so now we're gonna feed reverb into this. Yeah. So much you can do on the Octatrack. Yeah, isn't that dope? I really do want to figure that out. Why? That's why. Yeah. Maybe 20. Yeah, there's a pedal called the Pill, but it doesn't have MIDI, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that can do sidechaining for you. I think the Octatrack just does it well. If you do it with the filter, you have to use the filter. Otherwise you get like this pop on the envelope for the audio. It is the only way. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's like $350 and all it does is sidechain and stereo. I don't know. I mean, it's cheaper than buying an Octatrack. There are other things that can do it. You could get yourself a that compressor, RNLA compressor, and then sidechain your kick to it, and then get yourself a little teeny high pass filter so that you keep your low end still, so that your kick doesn't get removed. That's That's cheaper. It's about the same price as getting the pill, but the pill still needs to get a sidechain, something fed into it. The Octatrack just using MIDI. There's also the MX1. The MX1 actually probably does it better than the Octatrack does, but they're, you know, it's a matter of opinion. I thought it was for birth control. Yeah. The pill. The pedal is called. Oh boy. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm liking this dual camera thing. Trying to find a better use for it. I thought it'd just be good to show settings on the Octatrack, but maybe not. I don't know. No one said anything about it being a negative. Okay. Let's see what's the haps. Oh, Toby, you joined the Patreon. Thanks for joining, dude. Appreciate it. All right. So I went through a lot. This whole thing so far, this 1 hour stream, it'll be an hour and 4 minutes. This will also all get uploaded onto the Patreon. And it covers like 4 videos that I've done already. So I figure the next thing that we'll do is make some drums on the Digitakt. Let's go to a fresh pattern. This is kind of cool. We're going to use some single cycle waveforms to make drums. Got a million samples in here. Factory, synths. No, toolbox. No, we'll use oscillators first. I guess I already had one of these suckers in there. We'll get something different. Dank. Nothing like a dank oscillator. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, turning you off. Alright, that's why. It's a resampled version of something. Okay. So, oh, I can't see my chat. I can't see my chat. Turn some of this light up. I know that's like super bright for everybody. Sorry, y'all. It's the way it works. The bright light in your eyes. Imagine how bright it is for me. Okay. Trig plus, yes. How cool is that? Okay. So let's use our only LFO, sadly. Put that on the tune. We want it to, oh, we don't want to do it per step. Whoops. We just want to do it in general. We want it to be only one time and every time it's triggered. But first, of course, we have to tell this oscillator to cycle. Oops. Tight. Oh, hey. Exponential wave. Oops. Damn it, I keep doing that. I'm not used to this trig plus yes thing. It's really cycling quite quickly, isn't it? Let's try. No. We do just want it to go once. This trigger's overriding it anyway. Yeah, why not have it do that? It's an interesting sound we've got. Always a fun one. I don't think this waveform is good for us. Let's try. Here we go. Yeah, that was just way too long of a waveform. Oh, that was really torturing me for a second there. Get it. It's still longer than I want it to be. Yeah. Tortured me a little longer than it should have. Cool. Got ourselves a little kick drum. Now let's make a snare if we can. Go in here. Hey. Hey. Grab some sounds. Grab some noise. It already sounds like a snare. It's like cheating. There we go. Pretty much just put an envelope on it. Man. If we were to resample this, okay. Call this the stupid easy snare. How about just E snare? E snare. Put it in the snare. Now we can tinker with it more. Bypass this, get rid of the kick that was in it. Got a snare and a kick from scratch so far. Cool. Okay. All right, now we just need a hi-hat. This has got to be the easiest one to make. We'll go into the hi-hat. Let's grab another sample. Toolbox. No. Actually, we could use an oscillator for it. And just make it like all ringy. No idea. Acid set. Try this oscillator. Give it just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Hi-hat. Let's turn a compressor up. Almost sounds like I'm playing on the rhythm. Nice. You know that hat is a little obnoxious. Can we make it any smaller? It still sounds metallic too. All right, give it a little bit of space. Post compressor. Yes, we want a post compressor. Okay. Whoa. I forgot over 90 and it starts feeding back. Stuff you gotta remember. Easy saw. kind of does have Volcatron vibe to it. Pepe Jam. So we're gonna go trigger every second time, and this one will only trigger every first time. Some variations going. This one every fourth time. We'll make it a high note. Oh shit. Nice. You like that, Kalen? Oh, does it sound like Dead Mouse to you? Where'd you get a Dead Mouse emoticon? Emoticon. Okay. Should we use like some of the data lines presets? There's another one of mine. Steps will do. Just copy this track, put it over here, go over here. We'll make this one 6 steps. We'll even copy these. This the other way. What's the deal? Yeah. Paste. And we have drum fill. Nice. Get out of here, dude. Actually, I'm glad you're here, Kalen. Wish I could see you. Okay. Two of these. No wonder. Maybe it's not major seventh. Oh, that's the tremolo. Turn it up. Okay, now we can do a recording. Use this LFO on the reverb send. A1. Hey, come here. Golly. Nice. Yeah. Make it tasty. Okay. All right, that's gonna be it. It's an hour and a half. It's the middle of the week, so I'm not gonna go too long because I'm taking over the house. Thanks for hanging out. I will upload this to the Patreon so everybody can watch and go through the tutorial and watch the drums being made at the end and then turn into a song. Cool. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging, Toby.